Welcome to another episode of Having the Crack podcast.
Episode 3.
Yes. Look
I didn't think we'd make it this far.
I know, you're a bit slow, so
I was ready to punch you in your face last week.
Yeah, you're old ass.
Yeah,
Sorry.
well, it has nothing to do with me. And how bad does that make you feel?
What?
That this
You're
old
old as
man
fuck?
could crack your shit wide open.
Yeah, I'm a lover, not a fighter.
I'm a lover, not a fighter.
I'm a lover, not a fighter.
The same thing over and over. Here we go. Now you got to touch me. There it is. What do you love, man?
Hold on. Turn to the side. Jeez, man, you're getting gray as fuck.
I've been there. For 5 years now. I've had grade 6.
He's old. I'm young.
How old are you?
Let's get to it.
How old are you?
29. How old are you?
36.
Are you sure? I thought you were 39.
439? 439?
No, I said I thought you were 39.
No, 36.
Damn, you're so old.
I'll take it.
So, let's get into it.
You know, we was talking last week. It was at college a little bit, and I think it's time to kind of explain to everybody more so how we ended up in Florida, how we kind of met, ended up together, the post-college. Obviously, my post-college years are a few more years than yours, but the post-college, the post-college experience.
Oh, yeah.
I graduated college in 2010.
Yeah, Jesus, I was only starting college in 2011.
I know, it's crazy.
All right, so how do we get here? Do you want to go? You start.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I played, college football, and then after, school was over, spring of 2010, I worked on an island called Put-in Bay up in
I think you told me.
in Lake Erie. Yeah, it's an island 5 mile by 5 mile.
Erie, Pennsylvania?
No, Lake Erie, like the lake, the Great Lake.
I don't fucking know.
You know what the Great Lakes are?
Oh, I know the Great Lake. I heard
So
of it.
Lake Erie is one of the 5.
Okay, gotcha.
It's Ohio, Michigan surrounds it. So it's just a party island for the Midwesterners. Like, it's 30 bars, I think, on there. There's a winery.
Yeah, you were saying that last day.
And so I working out there, and I was bar backing, doing security at a bar called Mr. Edson Mist. Amazing time. Amazing time. It's funny though to look like. I thought that was the most that pool bar. I thought it was the most amazing thing ever. Like this pool bar, oh, people having money, and then you move down to Miami. You go to a pool party in Miami, Florida, and you're like, all right,
This ain't nothing.
nothing.
Shit.
That really isn't. Yeah, and people have no idea how wild it is down here. But yeah, so I worked out there for that summer. Had a great time. Met a lot of great people on the island. And then moved to Columbus for a year. That year was kind of crazy. It was just kind of like college continued that year after. You know what I mean? Everybody's still figuring life out that year after college. A lot of people that I went to college with are living in Columbus. We're just going out four days a week,
4. That's low, man. Jesus.
But I'm just saying, like, when we were still working, it was just.
Yeah.
But I'm talking like going out, hitting it.
Yeah.
But then after that, I was working at a job called Urban Active. Urban Active was a health club, health spa. It was a big box gym, meaning like LA Fitness style, like real big gym, not the small box. And I was working at this gym, doing personal training. A buddy of mine, I called him. He had just moved to Florida, and I heard he took another job. So I called him to see how Florida was, and he goes, Do you want a job? I'm 24. This was in June 16th. I can remember the exact date. June 16th, 2011. I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, I got a gym in Daytona Beach, and you can come down and run.
Whole gym.
Whole gym. So I'm like, all right. There wasn't even more so. I ran a gym up in Columbus. It was more so Florida. That was never on my radar to move to Florida, right? I had never been, except for we had a college football game. We played FIU, but you don't get to experience the state like that. You're just there for a couple of days. So I called my grandparents and ran this idea by them. They're all like, "What the?" They don't cuss. They didn't cuss at the time. They never cussed, but they were like, "What the fuck you talking about? Florida, where'd this come from? Like, Michael, you can't, da, 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 da. I was set, though. Within a week, I moved. I drove down a week later. Yep. It was June 23rd, 2011, by myself, my Mountaineer, some clothes.
Your what?
I had a Mercury Mountaineer at the time, like a Ford Explorer.
Oh, okay.
Clothes, some valuable stuff, and a TV.
There you go.
So it's crazy to look back. That's what I came to Florida with and started with. And no money, and then came down, and it was crazy when I first got to Florida. Do you remember when you first moved down here, like how wild?
I'll never forget it. So when I was in college in Arkansas, at Arkansas State University, I came down. My cousin was like, "Come down for Thanksgiving." I was like, "All right." And to be honest, I didn't even know he was in Florida. You're making that loud.
Just keep going.
So, anyways, come down. He was like, "Come down to Florida for Thanksgiving," and two of the boys that were on the rugby team with me, they were from Cocoa Beach in Merritt Island. So I flew down with them for Thanksgiving. A few days before Thanksgiving, and then I hopped on a bus. My cousin's girlfriend picked me up. I went from Cocoa Beach to Delray. It was at nighttime, but he was staying in Highland Beach at the time. And the first morning I woke up, he's in like a high-rise in Highland Beach. I'm looking over the ocean. I was like, "Oh my God, this is fucking paradise." I was like, "What the fuck?"
That's wild.
Because I went from Arkansas seeing fields for as far as my eyes could see.
And rednecks.
Absolutely.
As far as the eye can see.
As far as the eye can see. Camouflage fucking everywhere. Cowboy boots and dip and Bush Light.
Oh, yeah.
And then
Bush Latte.
Yeah, but I went from Ireland seeing green fields to Arkansas seeing fucking cotton fields and some shit, cornfields, and then I wake up and I'm looking over the ocean and I'm like, "Oh my God." And then I think that was the night before Thanksgiving, and my cousin brought me out on Atlantic Avenue, and it's the busiest night of the year. Bro, I was just like this.
It's insane.
Like, the women,
especially like you're in your mid-20s, and you come down here and it's just like,
you know what I'm saying? You keep tapping it.
You just
I was 21.
That's what I was 24. So I was like, you're like,
this is fucking,
what the fuck is this?
Yeah, even people that are in their later 20s or fucking 30s that move down here, just like, this place is madness.
I think for your 30s, in your 30s, the place is amazing. You know what I mean? There's lounges, the mix of lounges, clubs, bars.
Yeah, you got a bit of everything.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you really do. I mean, then you want to drift to Miami. That's no holds barred.
Sure, I when I moved here, like I thought I was going to have the crazy party college experience coming over here, and it was the complete opposite because Arkansas State was a dry county. We used to drive 20 minutes.
I mean, you did get the party. This is what you got.
So I came down here, and I was living with my cousin up behind Sandbar for like 6 months. Then I had to go get my own place.
Hold on. You lived behind Sandbar?
Yeah, I lived in Fleece and shit.
Oh my God. I'm not even going to elaborate. I don't even want you to elaborate on that. If you people knew what Sandbar, most of you probably will, but Sandbar is
a bar
on the beach.
Yeah.
Like it's the only bar in Delray that's on the beach. And
girls wear bikinis.
All day.
90%
like literally all
of
day.
them fat asses. So yeah, you can imagine I was like a
He
local.
said that, I didn't.
Hey, they got big asses.
They do.
So what I used to do is, the house was right behind, it was on the road behind it. But like every block you can walk to the beach, so I used to take the long way home. Like if I walked down Atlantic Avenue, I could have just come out and took a left and then left again. I would go straight up by the beach.
Oh yeah, wrap
take a left
around.
and walk
Who's in
to
Sandbar?
Oh Jesus.
Anything poppin'?
Hey, how are you?
Looking for a straggler. That's exactly what you was doing.
They knew me in Sandbar straight away, for sure. And then then I met these boys from Lynn University, and one of the boys was looking for a roommate, and I was like, "Oh, I found a place for us to live." And then he goes, "Oh, I want to check out this place, U Park. University Park is the student accommodation at FAU, and anyone could have lived there." So I went up with him, and I was
wait. U Park was what of FAU?
the student accommodation, right on 20th
So
Street.
students live there.
Students. It was full-blown student accommodation with a fucking pool. Like, to me, this was amazing shit.
It was literally college extended for you.
Exactly. So I'm 21. I walk in here. I'm like, bro, there's a fucking gym was unreal. I'm like, there's a pool.
Lake Boca.
All these hot girls, and it's like, I was like, what the fuck is this? And he was like, bro, honestly, I do want to live with you, but like, come on, a little house or here. And I looked at the lady and I was like, can I live here as well? And she was like, yeah, well, that's fine. I was like, sign me up. So I lived at U Park for fucking 8
I've never even
months.
heard of U Park.
University Park, right on 20th Street there near the Publix. But either way, it was madness. Every week, it was parties every fucking night, pool parties once a month. Like, it was insane. They had AstroTurf. It was wild. But then, like, I was paying $909 a month in a fucking apartment with three other guys. All of us were paying $909. That's so expensive for a college student. I wasn't even in college though, but I was working. But still,
I mean, you're in Boca though. You know where you're at.
Yeah, well, I was.
That's not a cheap university.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. But either way, for the first like 6 months, I loved it, and then the 7th and 8th month, I was like, right, this is retarded.
Don't get mad.
Listen,
Listen,
it was a good time.
You was blowing that money on the bars. Don't act like it was the rent.
No,
because 909. If you look at that now, like 909 is cheap.
No, I know.
Down there where you were,
it was four of us. That would have
was
been.
it nice or kind of spacious or no?
The walls.
I bet that thing
the wall was fucking. My finger was thicker than the wall.
With STDs.
Oh my god!
Wasn't it? Look at me.
Yeah, I'm sure it was.
Head, yeah.
I never had any, but touch wood. But
you're scratching your nuts instead of your head back there. What you were scratching?
No, I was safe. I wasn't stupid. But no, the problem is one of the roommates, cool guy. He used to fucking sell weed, so everyone used to come to our apartment and
blaze out at the apartment.
But the thing is, I didn't really smoke, and the room just stunk of weed 24/7. Like all my clothes, and I was selling cars, so I'd have to go to work with a shirt on, a tie, and all my shit always stunk.
Yeah.
Because he'd be hotboxing the whole apartment, and the apartment was. I
know. I can already picture it.
Tiny.
I can picture a quad.
But it was newer, so it was new. It was just everything was cheap. Like it was a big concrete fucking building. Everything was cheap as shit because it was for college students. But the facilities, like the pool area, the barbecue area, and the gym was like that's where they put the money into. Everything else was cheap, but it was fine. It did the job. I had a lot of fun. Then I lived somewhere else. Basically, everybody thought I was in college at FAU, and we're like, "Oh yeah, what year did you graduate?" Or like, "Yeah, you're in school with me," and I'm like, "No."
I would have just wrote it out. Like,
I did. Yeah. Well, no, I didn't need to. I said no. I just live with this student accommodation. But I was at all the parties. I was. Fucking,
so everybody knew you.
Everybody knew me. Everyone assumed I went to Lynn or FAU because I partied as much with all of them.
As much as they did.
Yeah. So like nowadays, people are like, "Oh yeah, we went to FAU together," and I was like, "No, I actually didn't go," and they're like, "What?" I even walked around the campus, I think, sometimes. I went to the gym. So what an experience coming from Ireland to Arkansas.
You probably did it 3 days a week. Act like you didn't play.
Oh, bro, I was 21, so I was fucking partying.
Student union, you was probably popping up with the student union eating. Don't lie.
Did they have a student union party?
I don't know. Every college does.
I wasn't going into this.
Every college has some place where they hang out.
Yeah. No, they did. I was never like on campus at the student union. Oh, I used to fucking... So when I first moved, I met a lot of international students that lived the student accommodation on the full-blown campus. So I used to stay there and sleep on one of the boys' couch. So yeah, people thought I was in the college and going to college.
When you was there, you was riding out like, yeah, go to school. Yeah,
I never said I went to school, but I was literally on the campus every week for the first few months. But good times, and then that's what brought me to Florida because my cousin and listen. Paradise.
I mean, I was here. It's crazy. I moved down summer, June, right? 2011.
I was 15. I was January 2016.
When you moved down.
Yeah. I went to Arkansas 2015 in August.
And I was only here for half a year. Though I was in Daytona I bounced around because we was like opening, we was getting these contracts with Gold's Gyms down the coast. So we was in Daytona. We took one over in Palm Beach Gardens. And then we took this gym over here in Delray called Delray Fitness, which is no longer there. It was a shithole. Absolute shithole.
Where was that?
Huh?
Where was that?
Atlantic and Atlantic and Military. So if you cross over, if you're going west on Atlantic and cross
Yeah, no,
over,
I know you're talking
it
about.
was back in that plaza that they're redoing a shit hole, bro. Anyways, so I got a job offer with a company called Custom Built. They were a personal training company within all the UFITs. They had like a contract, so it was two separate companies, but UFIT had the job. Anyways, and then I moved to Sarasota. And
How's that? I've never been to Sarasota.
Unbelievable. You know the show Siesta Key?
Yeah.
Or Siesta, whatever the fuck it's called?
Yeah.
Buddy.
It's called that, I don't know.
That literally is Sarasota. Sarasota is like this small, I don't know, it's like little town city. Like it's small, but it's kind of, it's like,
I heard
it's
it's
a
all old
decent
people
size.
over there.
It's not. I mean, it is definitely older, but everybody says that about Delray, and we all go out in Delray, and
That's
like,
true.
it's
Delray is
definitely
small. But Delray is a great city, so if anyone wants to...
great.
You want to live by the beach, work by the beach, have the beach time vibe, but still be close to big cities like Miami is an hour away, Fort Lauderdale, West Palm is 30 minutes. Give me a call. The Black Irish Realtor on Instagram. I sell real estate, so give me a call.
Lose your money is what'll happen. Anyway.
Because you'll buy a house in a nice place and you get to live here and you can save on your taxes and you can fucking have a great life.
He's really not lying. It's absolutely amazing here.
It's one of the fastest growing towns.
Yeah,
Delray Beach is one of the fastest growing towns.
Boynton's starting. They're really
Boynton's
starting to
blowing
up Lake Worth. Like it's nice down here, man. Like
Sarasota's number one, I think.
Sarasota's crazy. Like I was saying, that Siesta
Yeah.
Key. Have you ever? You've never been to Siesta Key?
No, I've never been to Sarasota.
It's just, and then you got Clearwater Beach, which is like that's like 25 minutes north, and St. Pete Beach is right there.
I love St. Pete. St. Petersburg is nice.
Amazing, right? And then you got Tampa.
Yeah.
So that little area is unbelievable. And beautiful women, everybody's chilling, partying, kicking it. EDM's big. It's just a good vibe. It's like another beach town that's, like you said, up and coming.
Yeah.
White sand, white powdered sand for Siesta.
We when I came down here, I played rugby for Boca, and we used to play a rugby tournament over in Fort Myers called don't be hating because you could never play. Called Barefoot, and basically we were all barefoot on the beach playing a rugby tournament. It was wild.
Cheers. Where's your water?
Not an alcoholic like you.
Not a what?
Not an alcoholic.
What
like
was you doing? I'm sorry. Where was you at this weekend? All weekend?
Yeah, that was the weekend.
What'd you do?
I saved the party for the
What
weekend.
did you do?
I went to an Afrobeats music festival called Afro
What
Nation.
else you do?
It was amazing.
What else you do?
I went and seen Steve Aoki.
What else you do? What else? And drank so much liquor. And now that's why you're hydrated. I'm good. I chilled, went out on the boat, vibed.
Had a few beers, a few joints.
I did.
I know you did.
What'd you do? What did you
Where's
do?
my
What'd
invite
you do
for
in
the boat?
Miami?
Yeah, I did go to Miami.
Just beers. Cool.
What day was this? Monday? I had a great time.
I bet
I
you
went to
did.
Afro Nation.
If you don't have a good time in Miami, outside of getting robbed or something happening stupid, you're never going to have fun.
Yeah. If anyone's into Afrobeats Music Festival, you need to go to Afro Nation. It is lit. If Afro Nation want to sponsor me, no problem. I'll take no problem.
Miami Music Week's fun, but it's just so overpriced. Like everything is just jacked up.
Yeah.
2X,
Ultra.
3X. That's Miami Music Week.
No,
That's
I
that
know.
whole week.
No, I know. I go to the pool parties. Ultra is just the location's too small.
It is.
And it's too packed, and it's like fucking $600 after everything.
They need to have it at the like Hard Rock or something. But
It's too small.
They don't.
No,
Hard Rock Stadium.
No. You can't. You don't want to put people in the stadium. Like the Hard Rock. You're talking about the grounds on the outside where the Formula One was.
I think you do something like
That would be a good one. But
parking lot grass. And
yeah,
then,
but Ultra. But I think Ultra's too big.
as I was saying,
EDC. You can only do that with EDCs. EDCs.
why don't they
100
put it at the? I don't know, I guess Palm Beach County Fairgrounds. That would be an amazing venue to have them. Or like I don't know what the Dade County
but
Fairgrounds even look like, or Broward County.
How close is? But see,
That's what I mean. That was just thing.
they won't make that much money because it's so far out west. Like everyone's gonna have to fucking get a 30-minute Uber because and all of them are gonna be staying in downtown West Palm.
They would do that in Miami anyways. You get a 30-minute Uber to wherever your hotel's at. Some people travel an hour.
Oh yeah, but when I went to Old Trail, actually I didn't even go 2 years ago. My buddy's apartment was outside the front door. Like it's in Brickell, so it's just all apartments all
That's
around.
you though. Like but people that are flying in from Sweden.
Yeah, but but think about it.
Switzerland or wherever else.
I don't know what the stats are in Ultra, how many hundreds of thousands go, but like the majority, you're gonna have thousands. Fucking sloppy bastard. You're gonna have thousands of people staying far away. See, EDC Orlando, everyone can stay in there.
You just compared a beast. EDC Orlando is amazing. Have you been to EDC Vegas?
No.
Me neither.
But I am going to Tomorrowland. I am going to Tomorrowland this year.
I'm definitely jealous of that. But
the pinnacle
that is
of EDM festivals is Tomorrowland in Belgium.
Did you remember in Georgia they tried to do Tomorrow World in Georgia?
Yeah, I heard that
and
was
it was
a
a
fucking
shit
disaster.
show because it rained all weekend.
I heard horror stories about that.
Cell phones didn't work.
They got
People
flooded out.
Stuff flooded out in the tents.
Fuck that.
Like a straight mud. I would have been.
Do you ever see? There's music festivals in England called Creamfields, and there's a load of them obviously in England. But if you look at the videos of Creamfields, like that, tents floating, people fucking like tents submerged in water.
How amazing. Okay, let's do this.
Tell us about your experience. Tell me about your experiences at festivals. Like where have you been? What have you done? Give me a good story. I've got.
There's a lot of good stories.
For everyone out there, we might have to edit this part out. The diary of Michael Ream.
You know what? We would. Let me think how to word this.
Remember your woman.
My first music festival that she definitely will be. My first, my real first festival was Sunset Music Festival in Tampa.
Never been, but yeah.
It's like a 2-day. It's like your Afro Fest, but it was my first time getting introduced to that scene.
Yeah.
We get there, and mind you, like I did a couple of times, like XC a couple of times in Ohio. We don't that wasn't around like in Ohio like that. You know, people were doing it, but it wasn't a big thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I went to this. Yeah, I went to Sunset Music Festival and did Mali. Like the first time, for real, and it was.
How old are you?
This was 2013. 2012, May 2012.
What were you, like 30 years of age then?
24, 5? I was still 24. No, I was 25. And, I mean, yeah, it was an amazing time. We bounced around hotels, and we were with like in Sarasota, there was a group of us, like 25, that was always like hanging out, kicking it, you know what I mean? Going to EDM festivals. So it was like, and they had been doing it for a few years. So like, it was just a good mix of good people. I mean, I still communicate with a lot of them, but a lot of those guys we were wild. I mean, it was unlimited everything. So.
Yeah, mine.
I can't really elaborate again, you know, but it was just know, just know it's a fun time and we had a good time.
Mine was. In Ireland, there's a lot of music festivals. I think it was called, the first music festival I went to was called Oxygen.
How many people were there? 36?
42. Oxygen, and then I went to Electric Picnic. It was called, Oxygen was more like DJs and all stuff, and then Electric Picnic was like, I seen Outkast there. I seen the Wailers, Bob Marley's Wailers. That was sick. And it was wild. What people used to do at Oxygen, right, on the last day is all the scumbags, we used to get like Lynx cans, like, you know, the deodorant spray, and fucking light them and start throwing them in tents and blowing up tents.
Why?
Because they were scumbags. They would blow up the tents on the last day. They used to get
that's not cool.
No,
like
it's not cool.
Like at an EDM festival, you don't do that. Everybody's in a good mood, vibing.
Yeah,
the worst thing you'll see is someone like gnawing their lip off. Or people just absolutely banging in public, like banging. They have People have no no awareness,
Oh my God.
no situational awareness at all. You just fall into this world and
You're gonna
love.
So, some of the funniest and coolest people I've ever met in my life were at music festivals.
You 100%. 100%.
I went to a music festival in a place called Bundoran in Donegal called Sea Sessions, right?
I'm listening.
I met these. So let me give you a little lowdown about Ireland. Every part of Ireland has a different accent. And there's 32 counties in Ireland. But if you're from the north of Ireland, you sound like this. Hey, and you're like, how you doing there, sir? Do we buy?
How you doing?
How you doing?
Hey.
So if someone from the north of Ireland, if you ever meet them, you say to them, ask them to say, how now, brown cow? And they'll go, hi now, brown cow. So, and then you go down to Cork and Kerry, and they'll be talking like this by all along, oh, you rebel. And I met these three boys from Cork. They were twins, Bob and Dylan. Big ginger twins. Bob and Dylan. And they had Bob Dylan t-shirts on the first time I met them. Funniest, when I tell you funny bastards, and their best friend was with them, his name was Gilly. Gilly had just a bunch of random tattoos on his body, and we're like, what are these? And he's like, I don't know, mate. Just got them from the crack. And they had a saying, they're like, you don't eat it at a festival. And they kept saying that to us. They're like, don't eat it at a festival. And I was like, what the fuck is he talking about?
Drugs?
No.
Food?
A girl.
Let's see. Oh.
You don't eat a girl out at a music festival.
I mean, I thought that's like a universal. You have to announce that. Like, what are we talking about here?
But but they were kept
But you know what?
But their accent is so strong. They're like, you don't eat it, right?
It sounds kind of Jamaican a little bit.
But then, so we'll talk about that later. Come back on that topic. There's a relationship
Patois, a
between
little patois in it.
the Cork accent, the Jamaican accent, not the Jamaican, the Caribbean accent originated.
It's patois.
Yeah,
Patois is Jamaican.
Yeah, it originated from Cork in Ireland because they used to take the Irish slaves from Cork because the bottom of Ireland was on the route, and they would bring them to the Caribbean.
Of course, they were black too, right?
No, they were all obviously white Irish people, but when they dropped them in the Caribbean, that's why if you meet a lot of Jamaicans, they all have Irish names. A lot of them have an Irish second name. A lot of Jamaicans have Irish and English last names. They do. But anyways, you'd see a good-looking girl though. One of them would see a good-looking girl. He goes, I did it. I did all of it. And we were like, oh God. He'd be like, I did it. And he'd look at the girl and he'd go to her, I did it. I did all of it. And she'd be like, what? And he'd walk away and we'd be pissing ourselves because we know what he's talking about.
Wait. Pissing yourself.
Pissing
Laughing.
yourselves means laughing, like, yeah. Like,
You got to explain to our American viewers.
when we say pissing, do you know what I'm going to do the next time we come in here? I'm going to bring, my mother got me a book. It's called Irish Isms. It's like all the Irish sayings and the meanings.
You should absolutely bring that in.
Yeah, I'll bring it in. So anyways, if I'm saying pissing myself, it means like I'm laughing my ass off. Not physically pissing myself. If we're hammered drunk in Ireland, we'd say we're palatic. If you're like unbelievably drunk, you'd say you're paralytic.
Like paralyzed?
No, yeah, paralytic, like you're just fucking fucked.
What's latic though? It's
Just called paralytic.
paralytic.
Palatic. And then it's just
Palatic.
like, I'm steaming.
I'm fucking palatic.
I'm steaming.
that? I'm fucking
I
palatic.
notice when I'm over here, right, and I say to someone I'm wrecked, they think that I'm like drunk as fuck.
Trash, yeah.
Yeah, no, that means I'm tired. When I say I'm wrecked, it means I'm tired.
Yeah, you would just say exhausted.
Yeah, no, but I just say I'm wrecked. I'm just.
I
gonna
like
say
that.
it.
Wrecked, I mean, I guess I can go both ways, but yeah, wrecked would be a drunk term.
So I gotta tell you something. Being Irish and having a saying for everything, this is where it kind of gets awkward.
Oh, for everything. I thought you said for Everton.
For everything.
Everything, yeah.
Everything.
I thought you said Everton,
Oh no, not Everton.
the soccer team.
I know Everton. So what I used to do, which I learned the hard way. So if I was saying to you in Ireland, come on, we go for a drink. You know how you always text me every weekend, come on.
No, I don't. That's
didn't.
you hitting me up.
No.
You
hit me.
FaceTime me this weekend to come to Steve Aoki.
You call me to come to fucking Rosewater. They go, oh, you want to go fucking do this when you come to
Is that how I
Rosewater
sound?
with me?
Is that how I sound?
Yeah, dog.
You wish your voice
This is
that
Mike
you
Ream.
don't
I'm the greatest of all time. You know.
Hey, he said it, not me. He said it.
That was obviously a lie.
That was it.
Look at him. Look at it. Fucking idiot. But what I used to do, right, is so if I was like, come out, like, come on out, and you're like, no, I'm like, come out to fuck. Come out to fuck means like get
fuck
the
around.
fuck.
Come out to fuck around.
Get the fuck up and come out.
Yeah.
So I'd be like, come out to fuck.
Oh, you started saying that to
Texting
females.
girls. I'd text that to girls, to my friends that are girls. Hey, come out. We used to go to Blue Martini to nightclub. It was a nightclub in Boca. I'd be like, come out. And they were like, no, I'm not coming out tonight. I'd be like, come out to fuck. Right?
They'd be like, fuck you.
They wouldn't like
Even respond.
They wouldn't really respond to it or whatever. So I didn't think anything of it. I thought they were just like, oh, he's just trying to get us to come out. Until I said it to one of my friends who's a lesbian. And she goes, I'm not trying to fuck you. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? I was like, I'm not trying to fuck either. She's like, you just asked me to come out to fuck. This is like 6 months in America and I've already made him, or like,
So
you know.
you had to go through your phone.
Bro, I went by, oh my God, I had to text like, all these girls that were my friends and be like, did I ever ask you to fuck? And they're like, yeah. I was like, I didn't mean it like that. And then, yeah, so that was fucking stressful because it was a lot of people I fucking probably just met and not realized and was like, come out to fuck.
Never talk to you again.
Probably not
Yeah,
to this day. So if any girls out there and I said, come out to fuck, I didn't mean actually fuck.
How about you just not say it anymore in America?
I don't say it anymore, obviously. I learned it after that. I only say it if it's in person to a lad. I'm not saying it to a girl. I learned the hard way.
So let's route back. So like, I get down to Florida, boom, move to Sarasota. I start boxing. Get the burps.
You drink
Start boxing.
Carry on.
You're about to get called out for everything if you keep talking
What are you
about
talking
I drink too much. You are out partying more
You
than
are
I
so
am
sensitive,
by far.
ain't you?
No, never that. Never
listen,
that. I'm just reverting back to you. I just want to revert back to you a little bit.
I keep.
That's all I want to do. Don't get nervous. I just want to revert back to you. Let's just talk about your drinking.
That's why.
And your partying. Let's just do that.
Okay. Anyways, carry
anyways,
on. I don't care to talk about it.
There we go.
That's
there
why
we
we're
go,
having
there
the crack. This is why it's called having the.
there
Oh,
we
by the
go.
way, we got to explain what it means.
You really did. You did right in the beginning. You did.
I didn't say explain what crack means.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Yeah. Yes, you did.
Okay. Crack means fun.
We told him the name of the episode, the first one, and you explained it. What it meant in Irish and how you did it.
I didn't do it on this one.
Why do we have to explain it
This is
every
what
episode?
happens. His memory loss.
Why do we have to explain it every episode?
Because if you have new people watching, they're not going to be. They're going to be like, "What does having the crack mean?"
Make them go back and watch our previous episodes to figure it
All
out.
right, for all you people,
Jesus.
you need to watch all the episodes of the first two.
Why
to
not? Is
understand.
that not what you want? Is that not what you want? Sotheby's?
Yeah.
Yeah. Drink your water, bro. Hydrate. Catch up from the weekend. I'm like a fucking slurp. You're so stupid, bro. Anyways, roll back. I mean, let's get back on track while the camel's done drinking water.
Stay hydrated.
Exactly.
Come on, get it out. You can do this. I know that old age is getting to you. Well, anyways, there's another episode of Mike Ream just sipping on his beer.
So so it was in Sarasota, and you know the crazy thing, I don't know if you realize this, but I don't know if there's aggression in rugby or not. Sounds like a bunch of
Oh my God.
pussies just running around, scrumming it up. Anyways,
Yeah, with no pads
so you
on.
know what?
Fucking,
I had been out of this is a true story. I'd been out of football for about a year and a half.
Because he got dropped.
and I had a ton of. I had to come back for that.
Did that-
You know,
did
I
that
let it
touch
go.
your nerve?
No, not at all.
Oh, okay. Carry on.
You know, I'm not even gonna do it. I'm gonna let you live. So I was getting into fights a lot of bar fights and drinking, and
Anger management, bro.
I'm never doing it. I'm not gonna, let's just talk about that for a second. I'm never going to talk to some random stranger about my problems. You deal with them, figure it out, and keep going. It's not anger.
You talking about
management.
when you're in the bars? Or like right
No,
now?
anger management. You just dropped me off topic for a second. I was talking about anger
Oh,
management.
you're talking about like a psychologist, like a professional that's their job to do.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Have you talked to one?
I don't need to. I don't have
Have
anger
you
problems. No, I don't have anger problems.
I think you do. Got a lot of problems.
I don't.
Lying is one of them, for sure.
Kleptomaniac, is that what they call it? Klepto?
Klepto.
What is it? Kleptomaniac is someone who
A
lies.
thief. A klepto is a thief.
Who's a
Pathological liar.
but they're not kleptomaniacs as well.
No, klepto is like a thief.
But what's the
Like a
pathological liar?
klepto is someone that can't not like this. They just steal to steal.
So then just a pathological liar is just a bad
Yeah,
thing.
that's it. Yeah, you're a piece of shit. Would probably be another one if you're a pathological liar. Narcissist,
There you go too.
pathological liar.
I've met a lot of them over here.
Oh yeah,
We had a kleptomaniac in our college.
thief.
I only found out like a year or two into. Was it a year? It was our first year in college with him. Hung out with him majority year. Not gonna mention his name, but he stole one of my jerseys one day. Like I used to get the train to college in Ireland every weekend because I used to work at the weekends, and we'd meet on a Sunday and we'd always go to the student bar, which was across the road. And I had this new jersey, I think my mother just got me, and I lay it out in the bed and I was like, I'm gonna wear this. And he was like sitting in my room and I was like, I'm just gonna jump in the shower. Came back out, the jersey was gone. So I'm like, all right, looking for the jersey, can't find it, not in my wardrobe. Well, he obviously took it. I call him, no answer, call him, no answer. Went over by his apartment, no answer. Because he was meant to be waiting on me. I went down to the bar and he was just standing in the bar with my jersey on. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? He's like, what? I was like, why are you wearing my jersey? He's like, oh, I don't know. I was like, what the fuck?
I would have snatched it off of him right then and there.
Yeah,
That's
but
weird.
I was
no,
more,
there's no,
it was
yeah,
weird.
It
Yeah.
caught you off guard. That's weird.
Yeah, it
That's
caught me off guard, and I was more like, what the fuck? Like, you took my jersey, and I literally told you I was going to wear this, and I left it on my bed ready to go, and you decided to wear it, not saying nothing to me. And it was more the fact that he didn't know what to say, and I was kind of like, what the fuck? And then after that, then we start seeing a trend, and then like he was like robbing his roommates who were his best friends. So they were like, the fuck? Something to go missing. And they go into his room and they find it and they're like, the fuck is wrong with you, bro? But anyways, do you want to finish your story?
Are you gonna allow me to?
Yeah, I was waiting on you. You were sipping on your beer.
That was 10 minutes ago. I just opened a new
Continue.
one. Exactly. You were talking
And
about.
back to Mike Green.
There he goes. There he goes. You're talking about your klepto friend that stole your jersey and you didn't do nothing about it.
Carry on.
How'd that go?
I got it back.
Lover. Did you love on him? You're a lover, not a fighter. Did you love on him a little bit? Is that what
Yeah,
you
give him a little nipple
I bet
twist.
you did.
Give him a little.
Touch my nipples. So, anyways, I was Sarasota. And, I was getting a lot of fights, stuff like that in the bars. Just dumb shit. And I got into boxing. And Adam Jaco.
Oh, you only started boxing late?
I never put on a pair of boxing gloves until I was 25.
That's why I was wondering. I was like, when did the boxing come into this?
Yeah, I got it at 25. Adam Jaco, Sarasota, Florida. Jaco's Boxing, great gym. If anybody ever is in Sarasota, that's a great gym for a great workout. Good people. Been going on, but they're still there a decade now. And he was there before me, even. I'm probably 15 years now that gym's been going on. But anyways, met Adam, and at that time, he kind of fit the mold as like a good friend, like a mentor. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He, him and his wife at the time, Kelly, they really kind of took me in and helped me. Like, I was broke. Like everything, nothing worked out when I came down to do. You know what I mean? And so, boxing was one of those things I got in. It's just you. It's the best stress relief you can ever do. Like, you have a bad day, you go into working out. Like, throwing some weight around is always good, but punching a bag, you know what I mean, and really letting it out. Picturing that someone's there was good, but then after that first day, Adam comes up to me and he goes, "Have you ever fought before?" And I was like, "Yeah, plenty of times. I just got into a fight last week." He laughed just like that. He laughed and he goes, "No, like in the gym, like in the ring." And I go, "No." He goes, "Do you want to?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "There's an amateur fight next month. We can train for a month and see how you do." I was sign me up. A month later, I'm in my first amateur boxing match. I'll never forget this. I walked out in that bell ring and swung as hard as I could for 3 rounds. And I just kept missing. It was just wild, wide shots. He just kept, but I'd hit him a couple times, dropped him once, got the dub. I walked out of that gym and collapsed on the bed. I couldn't breathe. I had never had that kind of adrenaline rush before. Like even in football, all the sports I ever played, when you're one-on-one, nobody else around you, it's you and all these people are watching you, and it's like someone trying to take your head off. That feeling's incredible. Like that, I tell everybody they should try because when it's like your back's against the wall. You know what I mean? Fight or flight. No one's there to protect you. No one's there to bail you out. No one's there to make the tackle when you miss a tackle. No one's there to
football all the time.
Yeah, no one's there to scrum around and save you in a scrum or you know what I mean?
If you're in certain positions in scrum,
you get dropped or knocked out, you pick your fucking ass back up. You don't have a teammate coming like, hey, protect. This ain't the quarterback.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I won, and I strung off 14 in a row. And my first loss, who I'm actually a good friend with now, was Alvin Davey. It was a split decision in the Golden Gloves State Championships. I lost by a point. Next year, then the next 2 years, I won the Florida Golden Gloves. I finished and then the 2015, I went to Vegas and fought in Vegas at the National Golden Gloves, which was a dope event. I won the Florida Golden Gloves, and once you win every state has their own Golden Gloves, right? And every state champion in every division, they then become a team, and they go to the National Golden Gloves. So all the champions fight.
It's all amateur still.
Yeah, it's all amateur. Yeah. Everything's amateur until pro. Even Olympics are amateur.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah.
So,
how did you get on in Vegas?
I walked up to Vegas. This is crazy. Vegas was crazy because I didn't know what to expect. It's my first national tournament, and National Golden Gloves is huge. So we get there, and in my weight division, there was 2 boxers.
What weight were you?
Heavy. It's called super heavy, but it's heavyweight. 201 plus. I was 245.
201 is heavyweight?
Plus, yeah. Muhammad Ali was 215 pounds. Tyson was 219.
That's crazy.
Tyson was 5'8".
Yeah.
So, anyways, so we're in Vegas. I have about 30 people. 30 of my friends fly out from high school, kids that I grew up with, good friends. My high school. Jared Davies was one of them. I grew up with him. Brandon Allen, Lauren was out there. My boy Lauren. Anyways, our team was stacked. Like Teofimo Lopez, the guy that first beat Lomachenko, was on my national team. He's the biggest one for sure. But ironically, my first fight in the tournament was against Ohio, a guy from Cleveland, Ohio, Alante Todd, not Alante Todd.
Whatever his name is.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I think it was Alante Todd. Anyways.
Did you win?
Yeah. You know why? Because in my mind, it was a fight. And I had enough skill to where muscle memory kicked in at this point. I steamrolled him. He was 5th in the nation. I didn't even know that till after the fight. Like my coach was like not letting he's just like, go fight. You know what I mean? And I wasn't expecting, to be honest, I knew I was going to, but when you go to a fight like that, you don't know what to expect.
Yeah, you don't know these guys.
Yeah, exactly. And in my division, I had 2 guys that had camera crews that were creating documentaries for him. One guy was Dermani Rock, and the other guy was Cam F. Awesome. Cam F. Awesome is one of the most, one of the winningest super heavyweights of all time in amateur boxing. And so, next fight, I fight this guy from Iowa. His name was Anthony Morales, 6'8". The first round, he definitely won. He was tall, he could move, and he was southpaw, which means left hand back, right? My coach comes in the corner, he grabs me, he starts screaming at me. He's like, "You need to wait." It's like what you see in the Rocky film. He hits you like with the sponge type thing, the water he splashed you. And I came out the next round and absolutely just started throwing bombs. Like it's crazy when, like, again, when you hit that fight, people are screaming, the crowd, it's a crazy feeling. Like, it's a crazy adrenaline rush. I don't think any other sport can match. Like, each sport to me has their own adrenaline rush, you know what I mean? Okay. But boxing's different. So third round comes, I drop Anthony Morales. He gets back up, you know what I mean? But we won. I ended up winning that one, split decision. So now I'm in the semis. Darmani Rock.
Who?
Darmani Rock, the guy I was talking about, had the camera crew out of Philly. Darmani was 19 at the time, 20. He was like number one in the country. He had just won the junior Olympic or junior worlds. Yeah, he was nice. Like, Darmani was 6'3", athletic, but he was younger, and I was 27. So in my mind, I'm like, I got to rough him up. Like, honestly, I got to grown man strength him. And from the bell, that's what I did. I just walked out and just, let's go. And it fucked him up. You know what I mean? It did. It threw him off. We went back and forth. I mean, at the end of the fight, everybody was screaming. His head was down. He wasn't like, he had walked around the whole week with this arrogance of like, he was cocky. And I would be too. He's young, arrogant. You know what I mean? He just won the worlds. Like, you know what I mean? 10 minutes for the judges to come back with a decision. And this is when I first realized boxing. Because I definitely won. He won on a split decision by a point. He screamed when he won. Everybody did. Because they knew that I was a wild card. No one had seen me. They didn't see me at no other national tournaments. They didn't know who the fuck's this dude from Florida. And I was steamrolling people. And Darmani won. I mean,
did he go on to win the whole thing?
Yeah, so listen, after the fight, it was crazy because I went over, shook hands. I looked him in his eyes after the fight, and I go, you know I won that. He's like, you do that on the judges. Fuck you little faggot-ass fag. But after the fight, we got into the elevator. I was going to the elevator because all my boys, we was ready to turn up anyways. Like, party bus was ordered. We were out. You know what I mean? And I did way more than anybody expected. So I'm on the elevator going back up, and we was at the Westgate Hotel in Vegas, popping spot with the big auditorium. And we go up, and his dad was on my elevator ride up. I can't think of his name right now, but he's been his coach.
No, I'm saying whatever.
Yeah, but because Darmani Rock signed with Rock Nation after this, a year after this with Jay-Z. That's how big Darmani was. And he was
as a boxer.
He was amazing.
Wait, Rock Nation?
Yeah, Rock Nation signs athletes.
The event, they do the events. Sorry.
So he looked at me and I go, I won that fight. And he goes, you fought good. You know what I'm saying? Everybody knew, but it was cool. We went to a party anyways. But yeah, I mean, that sparked it. I ended up being 28-3 as an amateur. And then I turned pro, you know what I mean? Ended up being 4-1 as a pro and retiring. But boxing was one, like I keep saying, boxing is one of them sports, man. It's people knock it, everybody watches it. You're in a bar and I knocked that dude. No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. Even the word, like some of these bad, like some of the like at the bottom level, yes, I get it. People are just fighting for a living, couple grand every fight. They don't care if they win or lose. But when you're watching these dudes on these pay-per-views, they're the real deal. There's no hoopla, you know what I mean? And it's just crazy. But
what kind of money we on? What kind of money we on?
Like what kind of money? When I was playing? Yeah. When I was fighting? It's hard. It's like,
did you only get paid per fight?
Yeah. I wasn't, I didn't, because I didn't have a manager, I didn't have a promoter.
So when you were a pro, did you still have a normal job?
Yeah, I was doing personal training and stuff in the gym.
Oh, so I
was still doing
so
that.
You could train for free.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So if you weren't a person,
make money with the people in the gym.
Yeah. So if you were, so say you were a pro boxer and you weren't a personal trainer or didn't have, the access to a gym like you did, would they be still paying out of their pocket to go train at a gym?
Some do. That's it.
But would like Delray Boxing Gym, any of the guys that get pro, would they just give them free membership?
Yes, but it's like, okay, it's like you're at a rugby tryout or your rugby team and somebody walks in and you're like this. You're like, this dude's good. Let's say, I know you guys do it for fun, but when you're really competing and you see someone comes in, but you know they're broke as shit. And they're like, I know, I can only make it up here. You're like, we'll figure it out. Ride with me. That's boxing. Someone walks in the gym, you could look at it and be like.
In rugby it's like that. Like you get a lot of the boys from Fiji. They be broke, like coming from.
But they're amazing at the sport.
Amazing at what to do. So then they go to clubs, and the clubs would take them in, and probably house.
But
them.
that's any sport though.
Yeah, true.
You know what I mean? Any sport, basketball is a big one. AAU basketball in America, like this kid walks in the gym, 2 different shoes, 1 sock, no sock. You know what I mean?
There are movies about that.
Huh?
There are movies about a lot of them guys.
Yeah, and then exactly. Then you watch them play, and you're like,
they're just
who the fuck are you? And he's like, the kid sleeps on the street, bounces around to friends' houses. It's that like.
Sure, one of the greatest rugby players of all time is John Alamu. And I think John Alamu came from the streets, like the hood, but he was just a freak of nature, like an athlete. And he went to the World Cup at 19. I think he had just started playing rugby not too long before that. He was just huge. He was, I don't know, massive. At that time, when he played rugby, he was so big. Now he would fit in right now, like with the size of the players there, because obviously.
But back then he was massive.
Back then he was massive, and he was quick as shit. Like he was running, I think 100.
He was a freak. He was a freak at the time.
Yeah, and I think he was 19 when he went to his first World Cup. Just destroyed
everybody. Yeah. Didn't even know what he was doing. Like he knew what he was doing, but didn't know.
Yeah. He was so young, 19.
Francis Ngannou.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that? He was a miner. Like a diamond miner.
Kimbo Slice.
Kimbo was a beast.
He was a beast, but he wasn't a pro fighter.
Kimbo, he wasn't good in the pros, but he just came on when YouTube was just getting big, and he was like the baddest dude that we'd ever seen. You know what I mean?
Who else?
He wasn't. When you see that one dude, his eyes ball popped out, you're like, all right, who the fuck's this guy knocking people's eyes out of their socket?
Kimbo.
Yeah, Kimbo, yeah.
What a fucking beast. No, a lot of guys like that. Like I love seeing stories like that where you just get lads like they come out of nowhere, don't know what they're doing, and they're just fucking freaks. I remember we had a kid who went to school, and he in our eyes he was just, we thought he was dumb as a rock, like just this clumsy fool, knocking around. Came down to rugby training, and he just ran rings around. Not knowing, man. We tried to do a simple drill. Right, I think you might even understand the drill. You're in 4 corners, and you just run diagonal, and you pop the ball to your right.
Yeah.
Or you run towards me, and I'll just pop the ball in the air, and you catch it, and you pop the next guy. Simple, just go crosswards. He couldn't do simple drills like that.
But put him on the field.
When you're running plays, he just naturally was there.
Gets it.
Gets the ball. You couldn't touch him. He would score. I remember one time, this kid ran down the pitch, skinned everybody, and fucking Joe beelines and just buries him at the last corner. And we're like, oh my God, bro.
Excited but shocked.
Yeah. This man ran the whole pitch past everybody, got into the end zone, but we call it where you score the try. Didn't know to put the ball down. We're like, put the ball down. Because in rugby, you have to physically touch it down.
Yeah.
And he was like, what do I do? We're like, put the ball down. He turned it down. We're like, you scored. And he's like, oh, cool. You're like, bro, if he continued to play, I would love to see where he would have ended up.
I have one person, and if anybody from back home would know this, in AAU basketball, there was a kid, his name was Anton Amerson. There was 2 of them, Anton Amerson and Anton Ward. But Anton Amerson was on my AAU team, point guard. When this kid would show up, unbelievable. But he came from a family where his dad shot his mom and killed himself in front of him.
Jesus.
You know what I'm saying? So like, and I'll tell you, like, I remember I told you I'm from the country town. So like, Lima was like the city. It's like this country town, but it's like a country city. And Anton was, you just didn't know what would show up. Like he'd miss practices, AAU, this, that.
Yeah.
But that kid, when he would show up,
high school?
This was like, junior high. Like I'm going back 7th, 8th grade.
Oh, okay. How old are you then?
13.
'Cause we don't do
12, 13, middle school.
That's sad. Where is he now? Do you know?
I have no idea.
It's
I have no idea.
yeah, I definitely wasn't naturally talented. 5 minutes.
But you know what? We'll get back to that. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stories. Obviously, we're getting more comfortable and starting to unwind, you know what I mean, and dig. And I think once we bring people on,
Yeah.
do you have anybody from your past? I wanted to ask that. Like anybody that knows you from Ireland that's still out here?
Anyone that knows, yeah, I have someone that knows me from Ireland that's out here, yeah.
Because I have a friend that he played baseball at Bowling Green where I went to college. We're the same age. He came in with me at Bowling Green, and he's a financial wealth management guy. Privately, he's doing well.
So what are you saying? You wanted to bring someone on that knows me?
Bring people in that just kind of confirm the stories. You know what I mean? Not confirm the stories, but more so just elaborate.
Yeah. So what I could do is
have a crack with them.
Have the crack.
Have a crack. I
have a few Irish lads of mine. One in particular.
Alan?
No, Fahy. We have to get Alan Fahy.
We definitely have to have him.
Alan Fahy, you're coming on the show.
You are definitely coming, brother. You've definitely made an imprint in my mind. You gotta get on. God,
what an animal!
But I think we definitely know mutual people that I think we should have on here in different realms, different speaking points.
Well, yeah.
And another thing, we have the finals coming up tomorrow.
NBA finals.
So I definitely want to jump on and talk about that kind of next week, maybe like a midway point. I'm going next Wednesday to the game. Tickets bought.
How much are they?
Lower bowl.
How much?
Don't worry.
Can you get me tickets?
$1,300 a ticket.
Can you get me a ticket?
You can get them on StubHub where I got mine. I'm not buying you a ticket. You fucking...
You don't want to
all the shit he talks. You see what he does?
He won't even buy his podcast partner.
Mocks my voice, but wants me to buy him a ticket.
Hey, it's my good.
Hey, Sotheby's, you're the big realtor with your awards. What's up, man?
Listen, you can buy me.
I'm not buying nothing.
But yeah, we're lining up some good people to bring on this. Interesting. Yes, the NBA finals.
I wanted to tell you too, real quick. Olympian CJ Green, good buddy of mine. He lives in town. He's from Antigua. He's been to the Olympics twice. This is his third year. He's a flag bearer. I want to get him on and kind of talk about that experience. He ran against. He's a
sprinter?
Hussein. Yeah, Hussein, 100 meter. Hussein Bolt numerous times.
Usain Bolt.
Fuck him, bro. He's sorry, bro.
Yeah, we know some athletes. I know an Olympian.
I just want everybody to know.
I was just with her at the weekend. I know an Olympian.
That's cool. Yeah, not Special Olympics like the real Olympian. Damn. Edit that. That's getting edited for sure.
Damn.
She knows who she is. I'm not talking about that. Well, good for her. Anyways.
But
we have a lot of guests coming on. I think this is a good understanding who we are, how we act. You're getting raw. And this is unedited. We don't even talk about these podcasts before we really get on here. We just kind of jump in with the topics we want to talk about. So you're getting raw as we can be without disrupting our professional.
And all we're doing is just having the crack.
Having the crack. So everybody listen, I'm enjoying this a little more. He's fucking ugly, but listen.
We look alike. I'm just a younger, better version.
It's really going to start. It's wise. It's really going to start picking up, though, for sure. When the guests come on, and I think that you really see kind of where we come from, our environment, who we're around, our network and everything, and just kind of get a feel for having a crack in Delray with the Black Irish and...
Black Irish Realtor and...
The...
Mickey Ream.
Mike Ream.
Mickey Ream.
All right, guys. Over and out.
Peace.